Hey everyone, welcome back to our Knowledgefest booth tour series. Today we have an exciting segment featuring John Myers from Kicker, who will take us through an impressive lineup of products, including the new Kicker Gold Series subs. These special edition subs were created to commemorate Kicker's 50th anniversary, and John will showcase their exceptional performance and features. But before we dive into the video, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to Kicker for their generous support as a sponsor of the Davis Knowledgefest After Party. Their partnership made the event even more memorable. And now it's time to announce the lucky winner of the prize provided by Kicker. Let's give a round of applause to Rob Lancey from Audio Extreme, who has won a signed 12-inch Kicker Gold sub. Congratulations, Rob. Now get ready to be blown away by the incredible products presented by John from Kicker.
Hey everybody, it's John Myers. I'm the Senior Global Trainer for Kicker Car Audio. We're here in the Kicker booth, and we got some really cool products to talk about. As you may or may not know, this is Kicker's 50th anniversary. And back in 1986, we introduced our Gold Series of speakers, which were the first car audio separates available in the industry. For our 50th anniversary, we've introduced the Gold Series of Woofers. These pay tribute to those 1986 PXA Series Woofers. They're available at a 10, 12, and 15-inch dual voice coil 4-ohm drivers. Now, they're not available in any loaded enclosures yet, but they work in just about any enclosure you can come up with, and they sound phenomenal. They got that great classic gold lettering on the front. They got this wonderful rib Santoprene surround, polypropylene cones, and they use Kicker's new forced air cooling technology, which helps keep that voice coil up to 25% cooler for greater reliability and greater durability, so you don't have to worry about, if you get a little crazy with that volume control, launching those voice coils. These speakers look as good as they sound, and they sound fantastic. So we know you're going to love these speakers. So be sure to check out the Kicker Gold Series of woofer line, available in 10, 12, and 15-inch dual voice coil 4-ohm sizes. And we're going to step around the side of the display and look at some of the other really cool products we got to show you today. When it comes to power sports and marine speakers, there's nothing better than a Kicker product on your vehicle. That's why we have an incredible line of coax speakers with built-in LEDs, and we've got an incredible line of tower speakers with horn-loaded drivers that make them extremely loud, but yet they sound as incredible as they look. We came up with a speaker to bridge that gap. This is a horn-loaded coax speaker that'll drop into a Harley fairing, or it'll drop into your bow without any issues whatsoever. The KMXL speakers are available in a 6.5-inch, 8-inch coax, and a 6x9. They come with both the white and the gray grills, and with this compression driver, they sound absolutely as good as they look, and they sound very loud. The cool thing about these speakers, they're dual drivers, which means there's a separate mid-range and a separate horn-loaded tweeter, but they use the same magnet structure. Very unique design, but it decreases the mounting depth. And with the full-color RGB LED lighting, they look incredible in any of those nighttime situations where you really want to set the mood with some dancing lights, or just a solid, like any color you want to choose. And you'll do that with a KMXL controller, which will give you all different patterns, actually about 20 different patterns in 19 different colors. These speakers are all available in 4 ohms. They handle between 150 and 200 watts of power. And once again, in a boat, a motorcycle, UTV, they're going to play as loud as you ever need them, and they're going to sound great. The Kicker PXA Series amplifiers are really awesome amplifiers that are both water resistant and almost waterproof. They're IP66 and IP67 rated. IP66 means they're impervious to dust, and they can be sprayed off after a long day of riding the trails in the mud, snow, rain, and dirt. Now, if you happen to submerge your vehicle under the water, in some of those weird applications where the river's a little deeper than you thought it was, they're also IP67 rated, which means they can be submerged without fearing of damaging the electronics that are inside. There are 4 different models to choose from. We have a 300 watt and a 600 watt mono subwoofer amplifier that do that power at 2 ohms, and we also have a 400 watt 4-channel amplifier that's 100 per channel at 4 ohms, and a 5-channel amplifier that does a full 1000 watts of power, 600 watts to the subwoofer, and 400 watts, 100 by 4 to your mids and tweeters. So this is a great series of weather resistant and almost waterproof marine amplifiers and power sports amplifiers amplifiers that are going to look great and provide years of enjoyment to your off-road excursions. Now, when you talk about power wire connections, all the connections on these amplifiers use a sealed Molex connection. So to connect the A-gauge power wire to the battery, we give you an in-line, kind of a set screw style butt connector that makes connecting the 8-gauge power wire from the amplifier to the wire run up to the battery very easy, very simple. With the subwoofer amplifiers, you can also add the optional PXA RC to give you subwoofer level control, so you can set the subwoofer level no matter how loud you want it on whatever track you're listening to. So these are the amplifiers you want to take with you on the road for any outing excursion, wherever those trails happen to take you. When it comes to bass, you ought to know Kicker has you covered. A couple years ago, we introduced the TRTP line of down-firing subwoofers. The down-firing subwoofer means the woofer fires down towards the bottom of the vehicle, so you can stack anything you want on top of it without fear of damaging the woofer or the enclosure. Well, we took that idea to an all-new level when we decided to incorporate that TRTP style enclosure with a very powerful built-in amplifier. So the powered TRTP, otherwise known as the PTRTP enclosures, are available in a 400-watt 10-inch version and a 500-watt 12-inch version. The 10 and 12-inch enclosures are coupled with a passive radiator that matches the performance of a ported enclosure, but it keeps it the size of a sealed enclosure. That way you can get that extended amount of bass response without taking up any additional space that you'd have with a ported enclosure. And with a 400 and a 500-watt amp built right in, there's no need to find an extra space in the vehicle to mount an external amplifier. You can also use the included bass control to control the level output of these subwoofer enclosures. So this will give you all the bass you need with taking minimal amounts of space while giving that Kicker performance and sound for any bass head enthusiast.